Hi guys, how's it going? Today I just wanted to take you through some tips on using effects pedals and a pedal board like this. Excuse my bare feet. So for those of you who are learning how to use effects and stuff on the electric guitar, this is what I use, and I just want to show you how I use it, especially in a live situation. It's really quite an art learning to use effects and an effects board effectively in a live situation. So let me just show you how I do this and what these pedals are for. Now if you're a pro, then you're probably not going to get much out of this, but if you're learning and experimenting with effects and stuff like that, I hope this will be helpful to you. So let me take you through it. Today I'm just playing through a little practice amp, so the tone is not going to be amazing. When I'm playing live I go through a little tube amp. At our church we use a little Fender Blues Junior. It does the job. It's a great little tube amp. It's not huge. We can't have a huge amp on stage just because the stage is quite small and it's too loud if we use a big amp, and too heavy. So a little Fender Blues Junior. And I run these effects live on a Sunday. So let me take you through them. Basically, I run the amp clean. This amp is always going to be, sorry, let me turn that off. This amp is always going to be clean. It's a little practice amp, but on Sundays I run the Fender Blues Junior pretty much clean. Maybe on the verge of breakup. Breakup means that it's just about to go into an overdriven type of sound. So I run it right on the edge, but still so it's clean. And then I can use these pedals to dirty it up and use overdrive. So basically you want a clean sound, or maybe a slightly driven sound to begin with from your amp, depending on what you use and what sound you're going for. And then I use the overdrives to add extra gain. So basically here's my first level overdrive. It's an Ibanez. It's actually a turbo tube screamer. I just use it on the TS9 setting. So you can see it there. This is my first level for crunch, or slightly broken up sound. And then I go to a second level overdrive, which is the Blue Boy from MI Audio. That gives me a little bit more gain. And then occasionally I have even a third level drive, which is this one. Hope you can see that. There it is. The Tube Zone by MI Audio. And that's a higher gain pedal. So I don't actually use that a lot, but occasionally I'll use it for solos and stuff, especially if I'm using my Stratocaster. And then going through the EQ pedal, I don't really use as an EQ. As you can see, it's pretty flat. I use it as a boost pedal for solos. So that's the normal signal. And you'll notice a jump. Slight jump in volume. So if I have to solo, and then I can just boost it up a little bit. So that's a boost pedal. I have two delays. The Boss DD7 digital delay, which I use for and I can tap in the tempo with this little foot switch here. So if that's the tempo of the song, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get it directly in time. That's a dotted eighth note right there. Then I have another delay. Now you might ask, why do you have two delays? just because this one is a different type of delay. It's a all analog delay, so it's a really different sound. You can hear the notes decay or degrade at a very warm kind of a sound. So I use this one because it gives me a different type of delay than the digital delay. The digital delay is very crisp, as you can hear. And then this delay is much warmer. Okay, and then I can also stack delay sometimes, and you get a kind of cool effect like that. Okay, so the delay pedals, and then this is a reverb pedal. Let me just turn the shimmer off for a second, and it just gives you a big reverb sound, like you're playing in a big hall or something like that. If I turn it up even a little bit more, hear that massive reverb. And this one actually has shimmer, so if I engage the shimmer, which is this thing here, it's almost a pad kind of effect, keyboard. And then if you really want to go crazy, you can wind it up to here and you get this kind of but that's the shimmer. You can just use it as a normal reverb pedal. So reverb is great for swells and ambient kind of stuff. So normally I use this with the delay or even two delays together, and you can get this kind of a sound, and especially with swells, it goes really nice. So you can hear that keeps going. Now, if I turn that off, it makes a big difference. Still sounds cool with the two delays, but add the reverb, and you just get that massive kind of reverb sound, great for volume swelling. That kind of thing. So the key with swells is normally put some reverb on it like that, put the mix and depth up quite high. Oh, if I add the shimmer, you get a whole new thing as well. So that's really cool effect there. So with swells, put the reverb on, and you can use one or two delays is fine. Turn up the delay, time and level a little bit, and you can get really nice. So there we go, that's how I do the ambient kind of stuff. Very handy. Okay, now there are other pedals. Let me just go through how I would use them. So the drive pedal, let me go back to the key of C. Take that down a little bit. So let's imagine, I'm going to use an example of a song like Cornerstone. If you do worship stuff, and I know a lot of you guys do, church music, worship music. Cornerstone, what I would often do is start it clean, and then Cornerstone has this nice dotted eighth delay. So that bouncing, if that's the tempo, 3, 4. Okay, so what you can do is, if you have a tap tempo, tap in the dotted eighth delay. Depending on your delay unit, it will either have a setting that says dotted eighth delay, or a little symbol that has dotted eighth. On the DD7, I found that if you put it on the 800 millisecond mode, and then with the foot switch, that will give me a dotted eighth delay. Effect, level, and feedback around 12 o'clock is what I use. Okay, so I will start off on a clean sound. Okay, so start off on a clean sound, and then normally, like for example verse 2, as the band picks up, you want to bring in drive level number 1, which is the tube screamer. Okay? If you're playing chords like that, so that's the beauty of the first level drive, is from clean into the next level of building the song up, you hit that one. Now, the drive level I've got on this is not a lot, as you can see. It's only about, what, 10:30, right there is the drive. So, just to give you that extra level, I guess if I played it quietly, you can't really hear it much at all, but then I dig in. Okay, so that's from clean, and then just gives that little bit of crunch for the next level. And then as the song builds up and the drums get bigger, you want a bigger drive, so I hook on to the Blue Boy. Turn that up a bit.